Well, hello YouTube and a warm welcome to the Essentially Crypto channel. My name is Ian and as always I'm your host, and today we're going to look at what you can do in the future to guarantee that your Omi does not get stolen. But not only your Omi, all your NFTs and all your crypto. It's absolutely crazy. I'm so excited about it and I'm going to tell you all about that a little bit later on. But before we go any further, let's look at what's going on in the world of Veve and Ecomi and pretty much all that good stuff in the NFT world. So first up we got this. Now this was actually a thing on Twitter from XXX in NFT, okay, or AK as we call him here. And some of the stuff he was talking about Web 4. Now what he was basically saying is that Web 3 as we know it, and now he was referring to this as the NFT community in general, because at the moment NFT community, aside from Veve obviously, and I'll explain why in a second, but is very much, you know, buy a monkey and then hope it goes up, and when it does, sell it. That's basically what it is, and you've got all these little acronyms for things and your names and all this kind of thing. And what he was basically saying is that that Web 3 community is going to die and Web 4 is going to come in its place. Now you kind of say, well, the thing is that we've only just started with Web 3, so why is Web 4 coming in? But he doesn't mean it as in the technology itself, he means it as the community. So therefore I understand kind of where he's going, and it's a really interesting thread, so I'll leave it in the comments below so that way you can check it out. But basically one of the things he says in there more than anything is what is going to be done with Web 3 in the future, which is going to give more of a mass adoption, I suppose, is the best way. And when he's talking about things, he's talking about, like in Korea for instance, they're going to have NFTs as their actual IDs, and they won't be able to do anything unless they have these IDs. So it's basically going to make everything on the blockchain, etc, etc. But one of the things he says here, and this I kind of thought I would point out, and that is that it says we've all witnessed a hint of mass adoption, and no, the masses don't acknowledge the same status symbols we do. Bored Ape Yacht Club, for example. So basically what he's saying is what pretty much everyone thought anyway, and that is that Bored Apes and things like punks and all that sort of thing, although at the moment they're the things that everybody is into, you know, in the NFT space, because they're like, oh my god, I wish I had one of them because now it's worth a lot of money and somehow it managed to go up in price, etc, etc. When mass adoption comes, which is what Veve is aiming for, that stuff isn't really going to matter. The thing that's going to matter is the IPs, which is exactly what Veve has, which I think puts them a step up above the rest, essentially. And we've already seen, you know, just from like Reddit as well, not only did Reddit exceed the amount of wallets on OpenSea, as they said, so already exceeded it, but that was obviously going to happen, wasn't it? Because Reddit's already a massive community as it is, and NFT pretty much are built on communities. So if you've already got that community in place, all you have to do is throw something out into your community, and then if it's adopted, and they like it, then obviously you've got the entire community involved. And that's kind of what's going to happen with the IP side of things. Okay, there's a lot of pushback at the moment from different communities saying they don't like it, but that's because they have not the information that everybody has. People think that it's really bad for the environment. They don't realize that there's secondary chains where they actually don't have any, you know, effect on the environment. There's carbon neutral chains, etc, which is obviously Veve is on, and all that kind of thing. So I think when the mass adoption comes, IP is going to rule without a doubt, from what he's basically saying here as well. You know, the same with Reddit. They've already got their community. DC, Marvel, etc. They've already got the community of people. When they start adopting it and coming in, where they're going to go. Simple as that, really. So, you know, it's all exciting stuff, and I just thought I'd point that out as a little bit of interesting information. So, yeah, be sure to follow the chap, and also have a look at his feed down there if you like to. So next up is this. And that is, for the first time on Veve, a mint number below 41 has been listed on the market. Now, this is not strictly true, because before Veve used to take 40 of them, they didn't used to take that many of them when they first started out. So therefore, some people do have other ones. Now, I don't know if they've been listed or not. Somebody said in this thread that they'd seen a 39 Slimer being listed as well. But obviously, this is the whole thing of 41 is supposed to be the lowest you can possibly get in the public, and somehow a 40 by Kane has now been listed for 75,000. Now, I don't think it really matters. I don't think anyone's going to pay 75,000 for it, but I could be wrong. You know, at the end of the day, stranger things have happened. So therefore, it's a possibility, and that is Red Skull. And we're thinking that it probably came from when Marvel did their giveaway the other day. They did a giveaway. They did several giveaways over a period of time, and they were advertised on Twitter and that kind of thing, which is great because it got it out to the masses, and somebody in the masses obviously won it. Now, whether or not they're a bot or whether, I don't know, it looks like a bot, doesn't it, from what I can tell, but imagine if a bot won it, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? But whoever it is, they've got the 40, they put it up for 75,000, and it means that anyone who's got the 41 is now probably sitting there thinking, well, that's not fair, but unfortunately, it's the way it is. They did say that they are going to release them slowly, so hopefully they're not going to flood the market with them, but, you know, there it is there. That's the first one that's popped up that we know of. So next up is this, and that is the airdrop. We've finally received our airdrop, and it is beautiful. It really is very, very nice. Now, I didn't have the other one. I know if you had both Prides, I believe if you had Pride 1 and 2, then you will get 2 airdrops. In my case, I only had the Pride 1, so therefore I get this airdrop. Or maybe they just do it randomly. I don't know. Somebody tell me in the comments. I don't know because I don't have the Pride 2, but I know other people who got the other airdrop. Both of them are very, very pretty, very nice. So, you know, it's some of the nicest NFTs that we have on the platform, I think, depending on what you like, of course, because this is more art-based, isn't it, than cartoon, you know, Marvel or whatever. So, therefore, you know, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Let me know if you got the airdrop. Current price, I believe, was like 100 gems or something like that, is what it was the other day. So, not a massive amount, but then at the same time, you're getting it free. So, if you do want to flip it, you want to get 100 gems, you know, go ahead and do your thing. I'm personally keeping mine in for MCP because that's coming out very, very soon. In fact, as we found out from the update the other day, loads of stuff is coming in November, so it's going to be an exciting November for sure. So next up is this. And that is the whole point of this video today. This is exciting. I saw this the other day. I saw that Hello K mentioned something. He mentioned a Twitter post, and he said, "I can't believe that so many people are still getting hacked." Because what happened? There was a thing that, well, it's a company. From what I can gather, it's a company that if you go to them, then you say you want to hack a certain person or you want to hack something, then you go to them, they design a contract and stuff, they take a percentage of it, and then you get the rest. It's a weird thing. They're developers. You basically put out a thing on their platform, but it's all designed to hack somebody. So therefore, it's just for scammers, basically. So scammers go to them and say, right, we want to put out this project, pretend it's a project or whatever. We'll put out a project, we do the advertising, we get people in. As soon as people buy it, you do the thing, and then we give you a percentage, you drain the wallets, the end. And basically what it is, it's a malicious contract. Okay, so therefore, if you sign this contract, then it has the power to drain everything from your wallet. Now, Hello K put on there about, oh, well, I can't believe people are not using ledgers and Trezors and stuff like that. It's still in this time. And I get that. I understand that. And I think that's great. However, that would not protect you from this. Okay, because that's what you've got to bear in mind. I think people get a false sense of security. Now, I used to think the same, and I didn't know this at all. And it's only because I've been doing research on the internet, because I'm paranoid about you know, people stealing my stuff. So therefore, I go to the extremes of, I have a sandbox and I open every PDF in a sandbox to make sure it's real. I put it through VirusTotal beforehand. I have a sandbox that I open any links and stuff like that as well. And being a YouTuber, you get sent a lot of links all the time saying, oh, hey, check out our website, blah, 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 you know. And one of these days, I'll probably get scammed at some point. And I have in the past through job interviews and stuff like that for crypto that didn't really exist, etc., etc. Won't go into that. But the point is, so, you know, people do get scammed very easily. They're coming up with new ways to do it all the time. But this is fighting back, and I really like this, and I thought I'd let you know about this. Now, it's not a sponsored post or anything like that, by the way. I'm not getting paid to tell you this. This is just something that I think is going to be really good for the future, and like not too distant future from what I can gather. So, meet your secret weapon for crushing the crypto market is what it says. I'm actually going to go over to their website, or their Twitter actually, and I'm going to read off some of the information. So here we go. So this is the main thing here. Actually, I'm going to make myself smaller and down in the corner because it's probably hard for you to see otherwise. So here we go. Okay, so here we go. So this is now I hope I'm pronouncing this right, but Aurox. I'm pretty sure it's Aurox. Now this is a new wallet that's coming out very, very soon. Okay, now I don't know when exactly, but they do have a wait list. So if you want to be part of the wait list, what you do is you go to the Aurox. Now Aurox, I believe, is a platform already, so you can already do trading on it and stuff like that, just like you would Binance or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Anyone who knows in the comments. I haven't looked into it massively. I just looked at the website and saw that they do sort of trading and stuff as well. So Aurox is now bringing out a wallet, a crypto wallet, and I am so excited about this crypto wallet. And I'll show you why. Here's the top 5 reasons. This is their thread. Now, I'm not sure what they're going to go over, so I'm going to go over some of it now. So up until now, Web3 wallets have been stuck in the Stone Ages, outdated UX, horrible, poor portfolio information, and no security. And this is completely true. That's the thing about your MetaMask and stuff like that. There's no security on them, really, unless you put your own security. And as I said, if you allow a contract, you have absolutely no fallback whatsoever, because what happens is that contract, especially a malicious one, will get you to allow them to be able to take everything out of your wallet. Once you allow that, whether you got your stuff on a Trezor, on a Ledger or whatever, then you're still stuffed. My option, and this is what I always do from now on, I have my Ledger, but I never use it as a wallet. It sounds really weird, but basically I use it as a place to store my stuff, and that's it. And then whenever I want to do something on the internet, I either create a new wallet through MetaMask by hitting the create wallet option, and I create a new wallet completely. And then after I've minted something, then if I'm then sure that it's okay, I then send it to my Trezor or my Ledger, because at the end of the day, I'm not then allowing contracts. All I'm doing is sending something. Or you can have your you literally have that as its own cold thing, and you just don't mint directly to it, is what I'm saying. That's what I tend to do when I'm doing it. I just tend to do that, and I create a new wallet every time, or I just use one of my old ones that's like a burner wallet or something like that. So, it's up to you how you do it. That's what I personally do for trying to be as safe as possible. But again, sooner or later, something might happen with that as well. I don't know, because they're getting a lot smarter, these scammers. But one thing I will say is this thing is awesome, and you'll see why. So basically, this is the first thing. It's got smart contract monitoring and detection. This is brilliant. So it feels like every day people are losing millions to hackers. Some of those funds are being funneled into places like North Korea. We know there's a hacking group in North Korea who basically go after, Axie Infinity, that kind of thing. They manage to get millions and millions, but they also obviously get, money from normal people as well, because normal people have a lot of money as well. Not me personally, but a lot of people do. So the Aurox wallet, which I hope I'm pronouncing right, monitors all major dApps while leveraging join flow to notify users when a contract is safe. How cool is that? That means that you can literally click on the contract and try to connect to it, and it will come up with a toggle, as you can see here, that says the contract address is 100% safe, which is absolutely awesome for a wallet to do. To tell you that the contract is safe is brilliant. It really is really, really cool. So what else is there? Because that's not only it. It also tells you if it's not safe, obviously. It comes up and it will tell you that it's not safe to check on this, so therefore don't click on it. So that's actively monitoring all the time. It's got an anti-phishing detection. So all mistakes, but the mistakes shouldn't lead to losing your entire crypto. So we all make mistakes, obviously we know that, especially when it comes to new users who don't understand the dangers of disclosing the passwords, mnemonics and all that kind of thing. Our wallet monitors and protects the user from accidentally disclosing their mnemonic or private key. A proactive approach to protect your funds. It's brilliant. So therefore, you can't just, if you want to validate your wallet or whatever, you go into, it will click on a thing. As you can see, it's typing it will say potential phishing attempt. So as soon as you go to a website that says, okay, in order to do this, you've got to put your passcode in here, it literally comes up with a, stop doing that, you twit, and, and gives you a warning, because it's not, well, loads of people have had this happen to them. I know the guy who had punks. He was like I don't think he was the inventor. I can't remember what he was. He was one of the main people in punks anyway. And he was tired one night and he went to a site that he thought was the punk site or something like that to do something. And he accidentally went to a phishing site. It asked him to put his wallet information. He tapped it all in and then he lost loads of his punks. And that is purely because of the fact that it's very easy to get that to happen to you. And, you know, how many times have you been to, you know, a website with just on your Google, for example, and then it pops up and it says, oh, you've got to enter your Google address in order to be able to access this website. And then you just type it in, it goes all fine. Or even your PIN code on your iPhone. Sometimes it just pops up, doesn't it, and says, put your PIN code in. Well, that could be a phishing attempt. And that's essentially what's happening here. Now, that probably isn't a phishing attempt on iPhone, what I'm saying. But what I mean is that it happens. So people get used to it. And people think when they go back to a website and it pops up and says, oh, please put in your passcode, they think, oh, yeah, I better do that. But in actual fact, they're getting phished. Whereas this actually pops up and tells them, which is absolutely brilliant. Not only that, this is the killer. This is the killer right here. Transaction simulation. So the minute you click submit on a transaction, anything can happen, obviously. It's a nail-biting experience, as they say, but it doesn't have to be. See, now that is the crazy thing. When you're clicking on a transaction, especially if you're doing it quick, you're trying to go through and you're trying to get these things done, and you click on transactions, sometimes you don't bother reading what's on there. And it's always good to read it, especially lately, because you can get, scam projects, for instance, that ask you for permissions to access your entire wallet, and that is what drains your wallet. So therefore they can say, okay, you've got to give permissions, these 3 permissions, as an example. I've done a video on it way back. I'll link it in the comments at the end, or on the thing at the end. But basically you need to revoke those permissions if you've done it in the past. But every place you go to, like PancakeSwap or whatever, it will say, give me unlimited access to your funds, okay? Because then that way you can swap around and blah, blah, blah. But the trouble with doing that is obviously it means that some websites you go to, they will use that in a malicious way. And some websites in the past have asked you for access to your USDT, your ETH, and your Binance or whatever, or whatever they access to, when they're only really on the Binance Smart Chain, for example. They ask access to your ETH and your USDT. And then when you least expect it, they take all your USDT and your ETH out because they've got permissions to do that. They don't have to get any permission after that, because you've already given them permission. What this does is it simulates a transaction on the blockchain, and it will tell you how much that transaction is going to be worth. As in, literally here, look, you can see it tells you if your transaction, and you can choose to proceed or reject, and it will tell you how much ETH is going to be taken, how much USDT is going to be taken based on the contract itself, which means that no longer do you have to read those silly things on MetaMask that pop up. You can literally see it all happening right here. Incidentally, somebody did say this happens on Cardano, so I don't know if it does. I don't have much Cardano. I had Cardano, sold it a while back, and now I don't have any. But, you know, let me know in the comments below if it happens on the Cardano wallet as well, because that's really cool. But this is obviously going to be a new wallet that's coming out soon. So full data and analytics as well. You've been running in the dark for too long, not knowing the prices of tokens and the value of your portfolio, or have you ever sent tokens? Not anymore. With Aurox, you have all the data at your fingertips. So you've got every single bit of data that you need to do with the token itself as well, like literally on the wallet, which is brilliant. Quickly see the USD value of your holdings, historical charts across, etc, etc, etc. Let's have a look. Is there anything else that I've missed here? Gasless swaps. Many have claimed it. Zero have actually done it. Unlike the rest, the Aurox wallet will have a true gasless swapping. No more needing ETH or approvals for swapping. That's brilliant. You'll swap one token from the other. And this is the killer. This is the killer right here. Multi-chain in one view. How many times has MetaMask bugged you to change the what's that thing called? I can't remember what it is. The SCP or the CP. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, the thing at the top, you have to change it. You have to change it to Binance. You have to change it to Ethereum. You have to change it to whatever to get your wallet address or to be able to see your stuff. Well, this, they're going to have it across multi-chain in one view. So that means that you no longer, if you want to send some BNB, you don't have to change it to Binance Smart Chain to be able to do that. Everything's in one wallet, and all you do is you click on it and you can send it straight away to an exchange or whatever, and it's all done in one wallet, and you don't have to worry about, you know, whether you're sending it to the correct bit or whether you're going into the right one, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, that to me is just, I'm really excited for this to come out. It's a multi-chain wallet. Requiring you to add so you don't need to add RPC URLs and forcing you to keep switching chains or anything like that. One click and it lets you monitor, transact and connect to all major chains in one go. So as you can see it here, what else has they got on there? It was 5 reasons, but well, it said 5 reasons, but it seems to be a massive thread, this, but still. Stupid simplex thingy, importing a wallet will detect all the sub wallets attached to your mnemonic automatically. That's good as well, because especially especially there's a new wallet that I just downloaded for Monster. I don't know if anyone has done it or not, but Monster is the Money token. I know Hello K talks about it a lot on his channel. Monster token, when you do your Monster, if you do not keep that numeric passphrase for the second wallet that you add on, even if you use your whole passphrase to put your wallet back in, it does not come up with the second wallet, which absolutely screwed me and screwed a lot of people. Luckily, I wrote it down in one of my ledgers and it was okay. However, the way I wrote it down, some of the letters were slightly ambiguous. So therefore, it took me a whole day going through the different combinations of letters until I finally got it. And now I've written it down, you know, like zeros and O's, very ambiguous, and L's and I's, you don't know which one's which. So I had to go through and I had to try and go through it like that. And it was a nightmare. And I did get it back and I got my money back, thank goodness. But that could easily have been just a complete loss because of the fact that it didn't detect the secondary wallets that I'd created, and I had stuff on them and I lost it completely. So when I went back to reinstate it and use my passphrase, I just got the one wallet. And that absolutely scared the bejesus out of me. But then I was, like I said, I was lucky I had it in my ledger. But this will detect all of your wallets that are attached to that one thing as well and bring them in at the same time. So, you know, all this stuff is just crazy good. I'm so glad that they're coming out with all this stuff. We import and sync them all within the transaction tab. So all your transactions are there. Want to see your NFT details, you'll actually be able to send them. You can click the button, unlike some other wallets, so you'll be able to click and look at everything about your NFT as well, which is brilliant, because most wallet, like your MetaMask or whatever, most of the time there's nothing in it. You can only see it if you go to OpenSea and stuff like that. This will actually have a view on there, you'll be able to see it. Have 100 sub wallets but not sure what's in them. Click the wallet manager and view which. Now this is good as well. My goodness, I didn't even know about this. I'm reading this at the same time as talking to you as well. I knew some of the features and I thought it was great, but this is even better. So you've got 100 sub wallets but you're not sure what's in any of them. Click the wallet manager and view what each wallet contains before navigating into one. So that's really, really good, because I know friends of mine, they did transactions on certain chains and then their money disappeared. And what I think they didn't realise is that when they were changing it, they didn't change it into a specific chain that they had already in their wallet. So therefore, they didn't have the token added. So they thought they'd lost their money. But if you go into dbank.com, you can actually see what's in every individual wallet. And you can see if you've got anything hidden that you don't know about. In fact, I went in there the other day. I kid you not, I've got so many scam tokens in my wallet, millions worth of scam tokens that people have sent to me. And it's never popped up in my MetaMask because I've never added that token in. So luckily, that's the good thing about MetaMask. But this thing here, yeah, basically it will detect what's in each of the wallets at the same time as well, which is brilliant as well. And the first Web3 wallet to reward you. The wallet you're using, you're making hundreds of millions and not even bothering with development. At least they can do is give you some back. No worries. We will. And the first and only Web3 wallet built-in rewards, earn points like with Amex, and gain access to unique giveaways and perks. That's crazy. So they're going to reward you for it as well. So I can't wait for this wallet. I tell you what, if you want to get this wallet, as I said, it's not a sponsored post or anything like that. You can't get it at the moment. All you can do is you can sign up, put your email in, and get to be on the first 10,000 or something like that is what it is. So basically, you'll get to you'll get to be part of it, essentially. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. I'm very excited about it. I've signed in to do that. I also put out a tweet about it, because if you tweet about it, then you get to be in the first 10 minutes. I've got a feeling they're basically going to send an email out. You've got to rush to get it as quick as you can and grab it, and then you can use it. And I'll be honest, that's gonna replace my MetaMask. It's going to be my everyday wallet, without a doubt, if that's the case, because I just love the security features on it. I love everything about it. I really hope it comes out as they say. They have a token as well, I believe, so you know, you can look into the token if you think the token's worth buying. I think it's like $20 a token or something like that. You know, I don't know, but I just thought I'd let you know about it because I think it's absolutely awesome, and to me, it's going to be, it's going to be a game changer, is what I think. personally. But, you know, let me know what you think in the comments below. I know I've waffled about it a lot, but I'm so excited because this takes all security to a new level. And you know what it does? It increases the security for everybody. Every single user who wants to use Web3 stuff now doesn't have to worry as much anymore because there's such a steep learning curve with Web3 when it comes to it that now that learning curve will be shrunk massively. Because if you haven't got to worry about whether you're connecting to the right sites and all that kind of thing, obviously, still things can go wrong if you connect to the wrong site and then you ignore the countless warnings, stop you twit and turn it off or whatever, then obviously then it's not a good thing. But it's like anything, isn't it? You've got a browser guard on your browser, it comes up and says, hey, don't go to this site or else you'll get hacked, and you click, oh, go anyway, and you get hacked, then it's up to you, isn't it? But this at least gives you a browser guard, but in your wallet. So therefore you're essentially getting all of this information in your wallet, and I just think it's absolutely brilliant. So I'm very excited about it, and hopefully you are too. But anyway, I digress. Thank you very much for joining me here as always. Don't forget, none of this is financial advice whatsoever, so don't take any of it as financial advice in any way, shape or form, because crypto can go up, it can make you loads of money, or it can go down and you can completely lose everything. But that is essentially crypto. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.